I was up nice and early this morning. Work for me today. I don't live far from the Shropshire border, so as I set off, I could see the Clee Hills in the distance with snow on them. Nice sight to see. And then driving across Shropshire itself via Bridge North and Much Wenlock, and then onto the A5 Wales bound, I could see the Welsh Hills in the distance again with snow on them. Straight from work this afternoon, back home, and immediately up to our old house, filled the car with junk because we've got just a little bit of stuff now to clear. Then down to the council tip, fortunately just went right in, so that was good. Then we did our weekly shop at Morrison's in King Swinford. Then I cleaned the car and I had some beans on toast, and then I loaded the car and came down the canal. You have to push yourself, don't you? I've got about an hour and a bit till it's dark. It's a lovely, pleasant evening. A little bit chilly, but you dress up as anglers, don't you, when you go out fishing, and the elements then become irrelevant. What becomes important is that little orange tip. Well, for me it is today, sticking up out of the water. And I'm waiting for movement, and I'll be back when I do, and more importantly, I get a fish on the bank. I've got a bite, and it looks like a gudgeon to me. Will it develop? And will I get that fish out of the water? Not sure it is going to develop. However, I'll keep the maggot on. It's a gudgeon after all. And I'll recast, and I will be back with a fish. Oh, and I've immediately got a little dip on the float there. Looks promising. Been here about 5 minutes. Chance to drink a cup of tea. And now the fish have moved in. This one hasn't developed, however, what do they say? Third time lucky. I'm actually enjoying catching gudgeon on the canal lately. And talking of our little scaly friends, Dave commented on my site just today about the fact that I talk about gudgeon and the memories of catching the first one way back in the 60s and then beyond, that it brought back memories for him as a teen as well, fishing the Staffs Worcestershire Canal. He also used to catch stone loach, although I never caught one of those from the canal. Certainly the gudgeon were a common shared memory. And Chris from Germany posted the other day, it was a video I did recently on the canal, about one of the roach that I caught. Looked a little bit like a hybrid. Well, it was indeed. When I had it in my hand, showed it to the camera, it looked like a roach. But when I watched the video back, I thought to myself, it's got a tinge of bream in it. And that was the case. Fish do hybridize. So you get roach bream, where it's predominantly the former. Bream roach, again, predominantly bream. Not all fish will hybridize though, just one or two. And I think I might be getting another bite there while I talk. And the float goes, and indeed it is. It's going a little run around this one. I'm gonna just use the net on this, and I'll be back in a moment. I think it could be a small bream. And indeed it was. I'll put this one back now so it can go and hybridize, or maybe stick with other bream, who knows. And talking of mixtures, Many years ago, I was looking to buy a lurcher. This is a true story. I was looking to buy a lurcher and I saw one advertised as 3/4 ground, 1/4 collie and 1/4 Saluki. And that's a true story. No mix and match in this one. It's a true roach. Nice fish as well, especially for the canal. 3 species of fish on the bank this evening. I'm still going strong. I'll go back home now, take my dog for a long walk. In the immediate area where we live, the bats are starting to show. We have muntjac, badgers, foxes, tawny owls, creatures of the night. That's my sort of nightlife. And then I'll settle down with my wife and watch some Citizen Khan on BBC iPlayer. I remember the 5 series that came out. First time round I watched them. Well, they're on iPlayer right now, and I'll tell you what, they're just as good second time around.